I like the fact that I am meeting new, primarily young entrepreneurs that are starting out in the business world with new ideas.
It came to be because there are so many organizations out there that provide help and mentoring. And from an entrepreneur getting their business going, I mean, that's tremendously helpful. But what there wasn't is the flip side of that same coin, which is, now how do I get money?
Me personally, investing has been a passion for the last 35 years in multiple sectors, real estate, into investments which are from the very safe investments to stuff which is more like, bordering on gambling type of stuff.
And I really believe that small business is sort of the foundation of our economy and makes everything work. So why not jump into that and try and do what I can with my skills and with my money and with my connections to see if I can help them get the lift and the sort of forward momentum they need to be successful. So
when I was invited, for me, I would say number one opportunity to learn. So being in corporate world, you sort of you being somewhat constrained in terms of corporate, in terms of processes, and meeting those new companies and hearing great ideas. It was extremely motivational, and also it helped me to bring those ideas back into business world.
Can you invest into people? And when I say people, it's people and ventures, right? There is a group of people with very bright ideas, the budding entrepreneurs, but they don't always have access to capital.
Every big business starts off as a nano business. It started off with one idea or a few people, a founding group, and they got going. And so whether it becomes an Apple or a Microsoft or a Boeing or an IBM or an HP, they all have that common element. And when you start, you're always short of funds. And so you have that initial group of, let's call it love money. So friends and family typically. But then you get to a stage where you've had some traction, but now you don't have any money. And there's this chasm that you need to cross, because between there and sort of institutional money or seed money, or, there's that gap. And nobody's addressing that gap. And so thinking of it both from an academic perspective and from a usefulness perspective, it's where the biggest hole is between love money and that next round. And that complements and is the flip side of the coin on the advice side. Because if you're getting advice and you're getting mentoring, and you have an ability to go from $5,000 to $500,000, then that's helpful to the process.
I'm fortunate enough to have had a diverse career in a number of different companies, and large Fortune 500 companies and smaller companies. I've also worked in a number of different areas, from finance to investment to marketing to operations, and most recently with small businesses. And so I look at that experience and say, how can I apply that to help others? And so the idea of joining an angel investing group and giving back or recycling that knowledge and maybe some of the funds is exciting to me, because I think it's important that we grow small businesses and we grow the ecosystem for angel investing.
I've always been interested in mentoring and coaching. So that was one of the reason, my personal reason to get involved was really to mentor and coach technology companies in the Durham region and give them the guidance that they need.
Well, I think firstly I got into it because I'm an entrepreneur myself. I've been an entrepreneur for 25 years. I have a wonderful job. I like the freedom, I like the excitement of it all. And I had the good fortune of meeting Malcolm one day, and we started to talk about, angel investing. And Malcolm described it to me in this way. He said, a lot of it's about being the entrepreneur that you had wished you had met 30 years ago. And for me, that resonated. I've had my ups and downs being an entrepreneur. And when I remember coming to my first meeting, and I can't remember the exact presentations, but I can remember the enthusiasm that I saw in the faces on the stage. And I was hooked at that moment. It was compelling because, they were there with a story. They were there believing in themselves. They took a risk, and they got up on stage and they started to tell people about their business. And to me, that was like a light bulb moment. You mean I can help people like that? And I wished that I had met somebody along my way that would have, not given me a hand out, but reached along and gave me that hand up.